When creating the exterior walls, I did change to another window to view the elevations, and I was checking the overall heights of the exterior walls. I did indicate that it is best to reference any of the images you will need. So I'm going to close out of here, and I'm going to now externally reference the image of the elevations into this drawing. What I'd like to do is for the images to align with the face of the 3D solids representing the 4 elevations. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to change the display of the UCS icon, placing it back at the origin. What I'd like to do now is go back to Face UCS and try to align the face of my new UCS to this front elevation. I'm going to select this face, and as you can see, X and Y are currently oriented properly if I wanted to draw on that face, but I would prefer for the X-axis to be going along the base of this edge and for the Y-axis to be going along the edge of this solid. I can try to flip the X and the Y. I can type X, I can type Y, and try to flip it. If that doesn't work, I'm going to escape, and I will now do this using 3-point UCS. Clicking on the icon, I'd like to specify this point as the new origin point. Positive X, I would like it to go in this direction. Positive Y, I'd like it to go in this direction. So I'm going to select this point, and now I have the X and Y aligned exactly as I wanted it to be. If Face UCS does not work, you can always try 3-point UCS. I'm going to zoom out. I am now going to select Insert, XREF Manager. I currently have the floor plan unloaded, but it is still attached. I will now select Attach. I will look for the elevation drawing, and I will select Open, and I will try selecting X equal to 0, Y equal to 0, and Z also equal to 0, and see where it places this image. And it has come very close to lining up exactly to the point where I wanted it. The next thing I want to do is turn off the layers that I do not need to see right now. And of course the construction layers I can turn off. Changing my view using 3D Orbit. I now need to establish the location of the elevation with respect to the model. And I know that at this point here is where the brick begins, and then further down is the foundation. What I will do for the purpose of this model, I will select this point to align with that point. And as you can see, changing the shade mode, I do have most of my model lining up. The windows appear a little different. I can correct that, but everything else appears to be fine. At this point above, it appears that the wall did need to extend further, but I will correct that using other commands. And for the most part, I do have everything lined up the way I wanted it. And finally, what I will do is using the Xclip command, I will simply Xclip this image using a new boundary, rectangular, from this point to this point. And now I just see this image. And what I will do later is make a copy of it, rotate it, delete the clip, align the elevation, and then clip it again. And I will have all of the sides composed so that I can continue with the model. But I will do this only on an as-needed basis. And for now, I can continue with the front elevation. I have to remember to set my UCS back to world, and now I will continue.